we get some light.
Get some light make sure that I am in the right place.
Hello, good morning. How are we all doing this lovely Sunday morning? Here we go, now live.
Yes, I am. Yes.
Oh, first person has joined us.
Hello.
As you're joining, please say hello, make a comment so we know you're there. Morning Steph, morning Sam.
Hello. Yay. Say hello, say hello, say hello. I've got washed hair now. Oh, hi Natalie.
As well.
Nice to see you. Morning. There we are. Morning.
Steph, have you already been for a run in -5 up there or something ridiculous?
Crazy cat.
Brr. Mind you, they're skiing in the streets of
Maggie,
Madrid.
hello. Yes, I know. That's nuts. So you said they've got more coming, haven't you?
Apparently, yeah. More, I think it was actually going to have more last night. I don't know if they did or not.
Hi. Good morning.
No snow here in Marbella, but it's cold.
It is brr.
It's only about 10 degrees.
Morning. Now I can always find you on my phone, but not on my laptop for some weird reason. Sam, honestly, Facebook
is acting so weird.
Where it's been like this tonight, but it's milder today, thank goodness.
I blame Trump. He's done something
Emma.
to it.
You blame Trump? I just heard Trump then. I thought, let's not get political.
I'm not going to get political. But there are all kinds of weird things going on with social media, I think, as a result of everything in the US.
Well, no, there are definitely.
Ad servers being taken down and...
Definitely.
But Facebook's been glitchy since that Capitol storming. For me anyway, it keeps like going blank.
Before that for me.
Jumping, but anyway.
Well, we're trying to go like -5 here. Oh God, in Ludlow, -5 in Ludlow.
I know Elaine's gone for a run in Mortimer Forest as well.
Yes, she has.
Some photos because that looks amazing.
Stunning. We used to do that a little we did that 5k run once, didn't we?
We were there a few times. The Mortimer Forest is lovely.
I whipped your ass.
You wish.
The 5k run. Whoop, whoop. I actually did take 2 seconds off my time this morning. I said I was going to go easy because I wasn't feeling brilliant, but I didn't go easy at all. James gets cross.
Right, team, it's the first weekend of January. I guess the first week of January is over. That's right, isn't it?
What? First weekend?
Well, you know what I mean. The first full week of January is gone. That's right, because we only had a couple of days. How are we all doing? Those of you doing dry January, are you still on course?
Yes. Yes, thank you.
And if you have questions, pop them in the comments as we're talking. We've got some already sent in. But just check it in, really, how everyone's doing. This strange start to the year. I've seen that meme. What a week that's been.
No, what a year this week's been.
What a year this week's been, that's the one, yeah.
Morning, Mr. D. Oh dear. He went, let's go live. I've got to tell you this story. He said, let's go live. And I was like, okay, we'll go live. He brought up Zoom.
In fairness, Claire had Zoom already up on her laptop.
Well,
so.
that's not... I was talking to a client, that's why. Let's do Zoom. I was like, no, it's Facebook Live, darling. McFly.
Let's deal with the first question. First question, I think it was Sam, wasn't it? Sore knees. What can you do about it? Sam, what exercise are you doing that's causing the sore knees? Because normally what we see with sore knees, it's...
That'd be a running.
Yeah, running or like a lot of kind of plyometric explosive stuff. So it could be you're just doing a little bit too much, which we check in with Steph on, or, and they just need a bit of a rest. Also stretching can help. Sometimes like if we're doing a lot of exercise, just your hit resistance. Okay, so, what we want to do is check your form on things like squats, lunges. Make sure the knees are going back and the bum is going back and down. So there's not too much pressure going through the knee joint.
Glycosamine? Supplement, you're going to talk about supplements?
Yeah, but you asked, magnesium helps, glucosamine helps. Also, omega-3s help because they're anti-inflammatory. So I advise anyone that's doing a lot of training, sore hips, Jackie, yeah. So that's, sore hips, is that on the inner hip or on the outside of the hips?
Jackie, let us know. We're talking to Sam and Jackie about this because you're both getting sore.
Supplementation-wise, I'd say omegas,
glycosamine.
They're anti-inflammatory. Glucosamine, and magnesium.
Yeah.
Which you can take orally or apply topically with magnesium oil.
I'm going to go and get the omega-3s that we get from...
Omega-3,
not bulk powders. They're
MyProtein.
MyProtein. I'm gonna go and get.
So all those will help with anti-inflammatory. The other thing is just make sure you are stretching properly outside. Yeah. So I get that if I'm doing a lot of running mainly. Actually, I don't tend to get it from resistance training or HIIT.
No, I don't either.
And I think that is just general exercise-induced soreness. So obviously on the inner, you can do lots of stretches for it. It's really hard to stretch the outer hips. You can do, it's like a hurdler stretch. So you know when you're on the floor, one leg out straight, the other one kind of bent back like you were jumping a hurdle. The stretch does get a bit of a stretch through that outside of the hip. But I think it's just make more a case of like anti-inflammatory and getting a little bit more rest into it if you can.
Yeah, magnesium oil.
Magnesium oil is really good.
It's really amazing. I actually told my lovely dad he's got really, really bad back at the moment, and he's also tried magnesium oil, and he said it's really, really helping. It's obviously just gets into your blood system a lot quicker than pigeon pose. Pigeon pose. That's the one.
That too, yeah.
Is that the one you meant?
No, I meant the hurdler stretch.
Oh, I know.
I'll show you. Oh. You can turn the camera. Like this.
I feel like this is quite a... Oh, here we go. So you're going to leave your slippers on? This is amazing. This is amazing.
That.
Oh, there we are.
Like that. And it stretches in here and out of here as
Can
well.
we see this?
Just push this hip down. The other one actually is good.
Wow.
Which is more the glute. It's the lying pretzel stretch. So, cross the legs. You're going to bring this knee in towards the chest. And with this arm, you want to try and push that one out. So it's stretching through the glutes and round.
Would you call this a pretzel stretch?
And then pull this leg.
Keep your shoulders down on the ground.
Pretzel stretch.
Why do you call this a
pretzel? Your legs look like a pretzel.
How just a lying glute stretch? Anyway.
You could call it a lying glute stretch. Or pigeon pose.
Yeah, or pigeon pose, but you're not going to do that right now either, are you? No, he's coming back now. So everyone was watching. It's James showing real-time stretching. I actually could not love you more for doing it. I love it. Just amazing. The couch stretch has helped. Are there any brands of supplements you recommend? No, but I was actually going to show you these. These have helped me. So I was getting really, hi Nuria. I was getting really bad just muscle aching down underneath my scapula, and I've been to see people about it. Apparently, this dose of omega-3 plus from MyProtein is really, really good, and actually I do feel like it started to ease my muscle tension and stuff on my back. So this is also really, really good. We don't take...
Morning, Gary. I'll just say for Omegas, what you're looking for, because obviously there's loads out there. You can get really cheap ones. I'd say, in my experience, really cheap stuff's probably not worth taking. But with Omega, you're looking for the active ingredients. You've got something called EPA and DHA. So you're looking like for a higher concentration of the EPA. So this has... Well, if you took 3 of these, you'd have 1,800 milligrams of EPA and 450 of DHA, which is high. So you're looking for those high numbers of EPA and DHA in omega-3.
Yeah. And then we use the stuff that the chiropractor gave us for our muscles.
Arnica oil is also really good for reducing inflammation.
So that's really handy.
Going back to the knees though, in an ideal world, we want to be doing exercise that can strengthen the knees. Classic one for that would be in the gym, like the leg extension, because you're building the muscles around the knees, but with light weights, to kind of like almost like a rehab type move. But you can do that with a band as well, right?
Yeah.
If you hooked the band, say you sat on a chair and hooked the band around the chair leg. Basically, if this is your top thigh and this is your calf, you want to hook it, so you've got the band here, and then this is like the leg extension. So you're working these muscles above and around the knee to help strengthen it. Other than that, also stretching after exercise. Often our knees can get tight if we've done HIIT or running and our quads have got tight. Then obviously if our quads are getting tight, it's pulling everything up and causing tension in the knee joint. So like stretching the quads out and the hamstrings, you're going to do the opposing.
Well,
group.
guys, I would also say the piriformis. So actually, when I get really bad knees, it's because my glutes are really, really tight, and my piriformis, I need to stretch it out. So that pretzel stretch, otherwise known as a lying.
Forever known as the pretzel stretch now, Claire.
Where did you get that from? I've never heard you call it that before in the whole time we've been together. Lying glute stretch, that's really, really helpful because actually, like James says, you think it's one thing, but actually it's completely something else. So even down to the Achilles and like stretching out the calves, when I just did my run then, I was like, oh, they're feeling a little bit tight. And I know that actually it ends up going up and hurting even my lower back. So I am making sure that I stretch so much more now because of this injury I've had. He was like, it's all because of your glutes. So up here on my back, it's all because of my glutes. So it wouldn't be any surprise at all that your knees are hurting because you might have, tight calves. So making sure you're doing calf stretches, but your glutes. Women have lazy glutes. I hate to say this. They don't fire as well as guys. So actually strengthening our glutes is more important for us. It's not just about aesthetics, but really, really strengthening the glutes is more important to us than it is even to the dudes.
You're just jealous I look better in denim hot pants. The other thing I was going to say is, as we age, right? As we age, we naturally our natural collagen levels reduce. We produce less collagen, meaning that our ligaments and tendons do get tighter and more brittle. So I notice I experience like more Achilles pain now. So
you don't stretch as much as me though, do you?
Stretch more. One of the things you can look at also is like a collagen supplement to help exactly with that, to help replace collagen levels in the body.
He takes it for his wrinkles.
Side benefit, youthful skin. You're in a funny mood this morning.
I really am, it's fun. It's because I love you and I want to take the mickey out of you. It's my way of expressing my love for you.
Yeah. Our last point on the knees as well, if it's kind of ongoing, particularly bad, like do invest in like knee support that you can wear just to take some of the tension off the joint when you're exercising. So I've done that before when I've had like a period of like really sore knees. Going from everything from the really kind of like tight supportive sleeves, you get ones that are even more like biomechanically advanced, but you probably don't need those.
The ones that we got in Primrose when we started doing runs in Primrose Hill were really good.
Yeah, they were really good. I've noticed my quads are more tight. So so imagine if that's your knee and this is your quad here, if that's tightening up, it's pulling your knee the wrong way, if that makes sense. So that will result in pain in the knee. So we just want to make sure, all of us want to make sure that we're doing a lot more stretching, keeping those muscles looser, and doing the work to keep our tendons and ligaments elastic as well.
But bands, like really, really lightweight bands, are really, really good for stretching out different parts of your body, especially your upper body. I've been using those in the gym a lot more. But yeah, so for you, it might be your quads that's hurting your knee. For me, my knees hurt when I haven't stretched out my glutes properly. So just making your stretching generally everywhere.
All legs is. Get on the floor and do a good old leg session. Yeah, well, glutes, hamstrings, quads. I mean, often actually, like it's good to do those standing stretches straight after exercise. But warm up and getting on the deck, you can normally like spend a bit more time and get a bigger stretch.
Actually, anyone that's in the program at the moment, the Midlife Method program, if you want, I've just uploaded one of my stretching sessions from one of the virtual retreats. I've just cut it and edited it. So if you want that, just let me know because I can always drop that into anyone that's doing the Midlife Method at the moment. That's it.
So that was knees and hips. Now the other one was around warning signs of overtraining. What is overtraining? So overtraining is quite simply when we are doing too much. Obviously, all training does put a load on the central nervous system. If we've got stressful lifestyle factors, yes, and we're training a lot as well, obviously we're going to start to overload the central nervous system. So what could the symptoms be? Persistent soreness of muscles, like you feel like you're never really fully recovering. General fatigue, lower mood, lower motivation, actually drops in performance sometimes. You can think you're training really well, but performance drops. Those are all signs of overtraining. Basically, your body is not getting adequate time to recalibrate. So, if you think that is you, what can you do? Well, the obvious one is just like lift the accelerator off slightly on the training. So we'll do this. We'll train really hard for a period, and then be like, you know what? It's really good practice for every 8 to 12 weeks. We call it like a deload week or 2 weeks, where we'll just take the level of activity right down. So if we're doing like resistance training and HIIT, we might just do a week where we do a couple of light hits or runs. And if we go to gym, just do lightweight training, and then formulate a new program and go back into it. So we're giving the body that chance to kind of recalibrate, adjust, and do it. So if you're feeling those symptoms, just lift the foot off the gas a little bit, ease it up. And why does stress play a role in this as well? So this is really interesting. The so-called mother hormone, progesterone, and this is why it has such a big effect. Overtraining can have a big effect. Progesterone is a mother hormone from which cortisol and DHEA comes. DHEA is an androgen, which basically then responsible for our sex hormones, estrogen and testosterone. So if we get more stressed either through lifestyle or overtraining, and we're having to produce more cortisol here, it's draining it from the progesterone mother hormone. I mean, we have less available to go down the androgen route for our sex hormones, which are like loss in drive, loss in libido, fatigue, depression, anxiety, etc., etc., etc. So we want to just make sure that we're not overtraining, that we're bringing our cortisol levels down. So as well as like lifting off the training, you can start to do like stress management techniques, like starting your day with the morning rituals, spending some time doing some meditation, some mindfulness, just being aware of those hormonal factors, I think, is really important to understand what's going on in the body and kind of like go, oh, that's what's happening. That's why now I understand it.
Turn the news off. Turn the news off. That will help with your stress levels. And so we're getting out for that walk you're allowed to do, or getting out into nature. Just allowing yourself to de-stress.
Don't drive too far for your walk though.
It's awful. Like, just on that, I see from my parents, I spoke to my lovely parents last night, and yeah, I mean, just please be, I just say this till the cows come home, and I'll keep repeating it over and over, just be really aware of what you're feeding this and this at the moment, because that is the thing you're in control of, and you might not even know that why you're feeling so much more anxious and so much more stressed, and you won't necessarily relate it back to the things that you're seeing on social media all the time. You might even just scroll through it, but you're seeing it, your eyes are seeing it, you might be walking past something, the news is on, you're hearing it. So just be really, really conscious and conscientious of feeding yourself as much positivity as you possibly can right now. It doesn't mean to say that you're being completely blind to what's going on. That's not what we're saying. But you are responsible for how you're feeling yourself. So this is the impact that you can make, and just take away all that outside noise going on, because that will negatively impact your physiology, your body. So it's not just your mindset and your anxiety levels and your stress levels, it will have a negative impact on how your body is responding, because your body responds to this. It hears everything you're saying. So it's completely interlinked. So if you're constantly feeling it, fear messages, it's going to respond physically.
Gary, turn the news off over a year ago, best thing I could have done. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We don't need it. And I think we talked about this on a call. Like, if we go back kind of like 15, 20 years, we didn't have this rolling news culture. It did 6 o'clock news and maybe the 9 o'clock news. And if you watched 6, you probably wouldn't bother watching 9 unless there was like a big story breaking. But now, not only is there like, the internet, but there's rolling news channels. And what we realise is they have to fill that time. They can't just sit there going, well, nothing's really changed in the last 2 hours. They've got to bring on experts and sensationalise it. So just turn it all off. If you're having dreams about Professor Chris Whitty and Matt Hancock dirty dancing, then you're watching too much.
What? Why?
Well, they're doing ads in the UK. I've heard this. Professor Chris Whitty is doing ads now, isn't he? Government-sponsored ads.
Why are they dirty dancing
to tell
together?
You.
Why are they just? Oh my God!
Saying, like, that's how the subconscious works.
Oh my God! I'm leaving. Live on Facebook. James is dreaming about.
What is that? Tier 6 is being locked up with Matt Hancock.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you'd like to dirty dance with him. So, hey ho. No, it was crazy. Like my parents, God love them, they were sitting there having a chat with us last night whilst watching the news, and I was like, guys, can you, you need to, we've told you this, we keep telling you this, turn the TV off.
There's an image I could cope without.
Okay, I know, it's a nice one to be left, almost choked on my smoothie. Always, never a dull moment with James's subconscious mind. God. And that was, one of the things I wanted to say, Steph, as well. So I know when I'm overtraining is when this is a weird thing to try and explain, but when like I'm sleeping, I'm finding if I've overtrained and my muscles are just like really asking me to give them a rest and give it a break, I find that I've got kind of like little, almost like sharp pains in them sometimes. I've had that recently, and I've had it before, and I know that I just need to bring back my training ever so slightly or change it up. It's kind of like little tingling sensations sometimes in my muscles that I've gone a little bit too overboard, or like I'll wake up and they're just kind of like, I can't really explain what the feeling's like. But just be aware that if you're getting that and it's uncomfortable, then it is definitely a sign that you need to bring it back a little bit. It doesn't mean to say stop, it just means that the volume you're maybe doing on each session needs to come down, and you need to like let me know what's going on for you in the next like week, so that the week after, if we need to bring some of your resistance volume down, that's absolutely fine. We're going to still do it, but we're going to still plan it in. It's still going to be there. It's just going to be tailored a little bit more to your body recovering.
Listen, we love exercise, and it's so many health benefits. They're always going to tell you to do it, but it is important to just keep awareness that exercise is physiologically and psychologically mildly addictive. You know, when we train at intensity, we produce serotonin, we produce endorphins that make us feel good. So it's finding that balance between doing what makes us feel good, but also recognizing when we might be just tipping over that line into overdoing it. Think of it as like a bell curve of performance. So you're going, and then you're kind of peaking, great, and you want to stay in that zone, kind of on this side of the curve. If you start to go down the other side, you're doing too much, like you're feeling like your muscles are never recovering from workouts, you're permanently sore, you're feeling fatigued, run down. Yeah, just pull it back a bit. Rest for a couple of weeks,
respect,
and then go back in with like a new program.
Respect your body. Just this is the only home you've got. So if it's telling you it knows better than you sometimes, because you're coming from here, it's coming from here. So just listen to it, allow it to speak to you, and go, okay, I'm gonna nurture and nourish you a little bit more. Cool, thanks for that. Resistance has been okay so far. Maybe just more tired with additional running. We're taking a two day break after tonight. Get some rest. Yeah, Steph, I think that's a good idea. And just take it down a notch. Just don't push yourself. I mean, I know that, and I know you have as well. God, I remember when we first got together. James, you were borderline obsessed with HIIT, weren't you?
Doing crazy.
Yeah. But that's also, again, it's an emotional response. Mine was definitely an emotional response.
It's a trauma response.
It was. Mine was a trauma response when I started overdoing it, but. Yeah, you took that to a whole new level. I'll just tell you, when I moved to Ibiza and he'd been doing all this crazy HIIT, and I liked my weights more. Well, you didn't like your weights. I liked my weights more rather than cardio, because I was teaching it all the time. I didn't really want to do it for fun. So when I moved there, he was like, right in the early morning, I wasn't a morning person, right, we're going to go and sprint up the hills in 40-degree heat, and then back down again, then we're going to do this. And I was like, oh my God. He's actually insane. I've actually married someone that is, I've actually got together with someone completely obsessed with the HIIT. He's a bit mental. I could see that it was a bit of a trauma response, bless you. Oh. We brought it down though, didn't we?
We did.
And then I got you working on your glutes.
I know. It's all good now.
And your quads.
Since I met you.
Nice
I would just say, last thing I have training, like always make sure you have at least 1, if not 2 days of no exercise during the week.
Gary.
We were talking about this morning because someone had trouble sleeping last night.
And
I said, Gary said that a weighted blanket really helps.
Did it really help? Might have to get this.
Zonks him out, he told me that.
You get honestly. Gary said, this is James, Gary said a weighted blanket really helps. I've honestly, in the nicest possible way, Gary, I've heard about your weighted blanket a lot. But I think I might have to invest in one.
Gary, was it a weighted blanket or was it a pillow over the head?
I use it.
Oh.
It's not very nice.
I use a Shakti mat.
What's that?
Oh, is that the mat with the little prickles in it?
Oh, that sounds lovely.
No, there is like an acupressure mat thing you can lie on.
Why do you know about all these things? I fall asleep.
A
lot of people find them agony, but I fall asleep on mine.
Not really, so like, 100% your choice, James.
Cheers, Gary.
I'm not really selling it there, Sam. Most people find it agony.
Stop it.
Where can I order 2?
You should do their marketing, Sam. Most people find it agony, but I like it. Hello, Sally. You've just joined us. We're being silly. Oh dear. Good. Bye.
Wow, that's been fun.
My mum couldn't even line it for 5 seconds.
She must
have been like, thanks, love. Oh dear. So funny. Hi, Fiona.
Hey, Fiona, how you doing?
Thanks for your messages. I'll listen to them in a bit.
So if you have any questions, pop them in now. Sally, my daughter's weighted blanket, she loves it.
We've got one of the acupuncture. It's not as bad as it sounds. Where are these? Like, mine just like.
How have you never come across them?
Because I'm not sadistic. Because I like to sleep. I don't want to lie on something that's got spikes on it.
You don't sleep on it. You just lie on it in the day for relaxation. It's acupressure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But the weighted blankets, I know, is...
Oh, God, we'll just get one then.
I think we should
talking
get one.
about it all the time. Just get one. Get one sent out here to Spain.
Okay, I will.
And then I'm going to get my on trainers. Hi, I've just switched from my iPad to
Oh, you've been here all along, but you just switched to devices.
Okay,
got you.
Emma, yeah, you like your on trainers. I'm going to get some of those. And actually, Sally, you're here. You like your on trainers. Emma and Sally are both on...
I'm going back to knees and hips.
Oh yes, trainers.
You need to change your running trainers. I'd say like every 3 months.
Yeah.
I mean, we're changing ours now, but it's been left it a bit too long. Like, I can definitely feel when the bounce goes out of mine. I would say if you're starting to doubt, go for a run on a hard surface and just like check in with yourself, going, am I still feeling the cushioning from those, or are they gone? Because they're like tyres, they need replacing. And people in this community are doing a lot of exercise, so your trainers need replacing pretty often, and obviously that will help protect the joints, especially
Sally loves her on trainers. On trainers, I'm sold, by the way. Emma and Sally use. We were looking at them anyway, but they've got from their website. They've got a sale on at the moment, haven't they?
I might just order them now.
Yeah, I'm just going to get them, and then I can get another 2 seconds off my 5k time. So I was going to go out for a gentle run today. I just got a bit overexcited again. While you sat in bed, just,
I was working.
Drinking your coffee.
Working,
I'm out there.
Claire. Researching painful mattresses.
Researching weighted blankets. Gary said weighted blankets.
Yeah, trainers, stop Mark's knee pain from running and my hip pain. Yeah, I mean, often like the knee and hip can be a result of our trainers. Either we're not pronating our feet like correctly, and we need to probably I'd advise anyone, if you're going to do a lot of running specifically, it is worth, I don't know if you can do it anymore, but in the old days you could go into a runner's need or similar shops, and they'd film and assess your gait and decide what kind of trainer fit you need.
Bow-legged.
But that's a more advanced. I say the basic thing is make sure you're getting trainers with a decent amount of cushioning.
Asics are really good.
And replacing them.
Asics are a bit cheaper.
I say every 3 months.
Yeah.
For trainers, depending on your mileage.
Yeah, I mean Asics we've
used religiously.
Yeah, but we're definitely going to do the On and Cloud Swifts. Okay.
Yeah, those ones I'm looking at. I think I'm excited to try a new brand of trainer.
I know.
God, how times change.
I know. Well,
it's the most exciting thing that
I posted that picture of sitting there with my slippers on, my laptop.
Friday night. Herbal tea, trainer shopping.
Well, it was after you'd done a rave as you were making the bed.
True.
Listening to Centre Force and Andy Manston. He'd had his little rave, and then we were like, right, cups of tea.
Just got Asics. Yeah, Asics are great trainers for running. Really great.
Awesome. Guys, have you got any more questions? Oh dear, funny. I had a giggle this morning. Let us know.
It's been a really fun one.
It has been fun, just taking the pick out of each other and laughing a lot.
Diet analysis here. Yeah, Pensics. Yeah, great stability shoe.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they are. I know. Also, I can't get children's sizes, can I? With
do they not do kids sizes?
No, with Asics I can get children's, so I'm able to get them slightly cheaper.
A lot cheaper.
Ickle feet.
Size 2 feet.
No, I'm not quite that bad. I won't be able to stand up on those stubs.
Tiny feet that have normally long toes.
I know. I've got gremlin. What do you call them? What's the toes?
Hobbit feet.
Hobbit feet. That's nice. Hobbit feet. I do stub my toes on it, but they're really small feet, but the toes take up half of the foot.
I love your feet.
The toes take up half the foot, and I stub them. I told you, I stubbed my foot on the only stone on the beach in Ibiza.
Can you walk across lily pads quite easily?
I can walk on water. Anyway.
Hey Fiona.
Hello Fiona. Sorry, you've just joined the end as we're being incredibly silly this morning. But it's all fun and it's good to laugh and joke. And
so if you're joining so far, we've covered sore knees and hips, overtraining, supplementation that can help with that, stretches that could help with that, and I met Sam from Essential Gains the other day.
That's amazing! Sam's lovely.
Sam is really lovely.
Yeah, Sam from Essential Gains, the protein powder. You're liking the protein powder, that's good. Good stuff. Amazing. Yeah, some other people that we've recommended it to really like his stuff. He's a lovely guy. Known him for years since I first moved to Hazelmere. That was known him for about 15 years. Started out he was an estate agent and then started training himself, completely transformed his body, and now he produces all like really good quality protein powders. Yeah, he's really lovely. Best protein I've ever tried. Amazing. Emma, it's lovely to connect with you guys as well. Hope you and Mark are doing well. Loving all your updates and your posts and things. I think Mark, you just started running again or something.
Yeah. Back in the game.
Back in the game. Guys, if you've got no more questions, we love you. And we are sending you so much love. And always here for you. We'll see you next Sunday for coffee.
We will now.
Well, I don't know whether we're going to get it done or not. So don't. Have you got Sam's details, please? Yeah.
I tell you what.
Yes.
Claire's going to kill me. Sam's been chasing us for a while, but we've got to get back to him. So maybe we'll have a chat to him. Yeah, we'll pass details to you, Gary. But maybe we'll see if we can do something for the group with Sam.
What we
possibly?
Do? Yeah, maybe like a discount or something.
Fine.
So we're in constant contact with Sam. So like, what we'll do, he's been trying to work out a way when we're not doing in-person retreats, like how we might be able to work with him and all that sort of stuff. So let's have a chat with him and see if we can do something for this group. This community.
Yes, leave that with us.
And then that's it, really.
It is it. We will be back next week, probably the same time.
Yeah, no, it'll be the same time. And Sam's details for me too, please. Oh, wow, there we are.
Okay.
And that's how it works. And that is the beauty
of referrals
and word of mouth. It's amazing. I love that. And if we can help, Sam, he's doing it really, really from the heart, isn't he? Which is the people we like to work with.
We'll speak to Sam and we'll come back and put something in the group if we can.
Yeah. So just hold on for a little bit and then we'll pop some info. And also hold on, we might be doing another kind of mini workshop towards the end of next week. It just depends on whether we can get it into our schedule and make sure that it's as good as we want it to be. Recovering perfectionist. Just get it out there now. Oh, and if you haven't listened to the latest podcast, it's all around motivation. Because right now it's going to be harder than ever to maintain any motivation mojo. So we're just giving hints and tips. It's only about a 23-minute one. So hints and tips on, why everyone finds it hard to keep motivated. Happens to everyone. And also how to move through a lack of motivation, what to do to keep momentum going. So that's it. Thanks, guys. It's been a great call and good old giggle this morning.
Loved it. Thank you so much for being here on your Sunday morning. We appreciate you.
We love connecting with
much.
you. And we will see you next
week.
Sunday, it does.
It?
Bye, guys.
Have a wonderful week.
Sam, we'll speak to you in a sec. Bye.